Hi everyone, I'm Autumn, the artist behind Autumn Serenity Illustration, and you're probably wondering two things. One, where I've been, and two, where I am. And I am currently in moving purgatory, otherwise known as hell. A lot has happened since my last video. I'm so sorry that my last video was on the depressing side, but everything is not perfect all the time. Sometimes things are really hard and I do want to share that. I do think it will help. And when I did post it, I did get lovely comments from people saying it did help. And that really made me feel seen and that really made me feel like I wasn't alone. And I appreciate you so much. I should have watched my last video before I started filming this one, but I was in a really bad place then and I'm doing so much better now that I really didn't want to watch that again and kind of relive that. Since I posted that video, I closed my shop. I did a closing sale and that was really helpful. In the last 3 days of moving is when I did the closing sale. So in the middle of packing boxes, I was packing orders and shipping them out, but it was wonderful taking less stock here. I think this whole box is still full of stock and I'm sure I have stock in other boxes here. So if I remember correctly, my last video, I was talking about how I had just gotten recently diagnosed with hypothyroidism. To put it very simply, your body does not use or store or replenish energy very easily. The symptoms range so widely between people. At the time, I was seeking a diagnosis forever. I was getting to the point where the fatigue was insane. I always explain it as, you know, when you have the flu and your whole body hurts and your whole body's tired and just lifting your arms to wash your hair in the shower is like absolutely out of the question. Why would you want to do that? That is what it felt like. I was having more days that felt like I was recovering from the flu than days where I was feeling relatively healthy. And that's when I started seeking some kind of diagnosis. And through blood work is when I found out that I have hypothyroidism. I believe I explained that I had started medication, but that the dose was too high. My doctor theorized that my body was reacting poorly to the medication and that my body, to overcompensate, had actually crashed. So I was feeling the most tired I have felt maybe throughout that entire experience, and I just felt completely defeated, just completely defeated. And I decided that running a shop was too much and I had to close it. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I am still grieving that. I love making products and I love having a shop, but things have changed. A lot of things have changed in the last 4 months. It feels more like 8, but whatever. After that video, I got my medicine knocked down to half the dose it was before, but something about Synthroid, which is a common thyroid medicine, is that it has an extremely long half-life, which means it takes a really long time to build up in your system, and it takes a really long time to get out of your system. So even though I dropped my dose down, it was about 8 weeks before I started feeling any kind of normal at all. And during that time, my husband and I decided to move. And first we decided to move, got everything out of our house, and we listed it. Our house sold in less than 36 hours being online, which was great because I had put a lot of work into repainting those walls and to cleaning those floors and everything. So I was glad to see that that worked out for us, but that means we needed to get out of there. In transition of moving houses, we stayed with my husband's grandparents for a little bit until we found this house. We moved into this house about 2 months ago. This is actually in a different city than where we were before. We moved to a smaller city now and we love it. We love the neighborhood. We're like friends with our neighbors now. We went to the city festival and like we just have a really like small town vibe here that we really love, and we're still only like 30-45 minutes from our family and our friends, so that's fantastic. We love living here. We're so glad we decided to move. However, this is currently my studio. If you watch my videos before, you know that I shared an office with my husband. Now in our new house, I have an office and he has an office. And I haven't been using my office, so it's kind of become the catch-all for everything. It looks bad in that direction too. For my art, I was having a really hard time I was getting to the point where I was creating art hoping that someone would buy it or hoping that I could sell it. So when I was creating, I was thinking of marketing and target audience and who would like this and why would someone like this? Would someone like this? As I was creating, and it just completely took the fun out of it. I loved running a small business, but I don't think that it is something that fits where I am in life right now. So I had to think, okay, what am I going to do career-wise now? In another one of my videos, I talked about how I left graduate school for psychology to become a small business owner, and pivoting again felt like just totally not part of the plan. I don't want to have so much pressure on my art anymore. I want to have fun and find joy in it again. And that is what I was missing for a while. And so I just was like, okay, we have to try something new. And that was particularly difficult for me because I right now am doing a lot better physically and mentally, I guess. I'm doing a lot better in general, but I would not say that I have anywhere near the amount of energy that a normal person would have. I maybe have about half as much energy, I think. But for me, I feel great. What I'm used to, I feel fantastic. And so I am taking it. I don't know if it can get better from this point, but instead of fighting it and constantly trying to tweak my medicine, I'm feeling the best I felt in a long time. And so I'm saying, okay, this is how much energy I have to work with. What do we want to do with it? I have to slow down a lot. My body kind of forced me to slow down before, but I was trying to fight through it. But now I am just giving in to the slow. One of the first things I thought about switching to was actually working with flowers. I love flowers. They have absolutely inspired so much of my artwork before. I love having them in the house. I was kind of messing around with flower arranging just in my free time. And so I thought, what if I could get into flowers and be I think the technical term is a floral designer. So I found a job in my old town. So this was before we moved. Everything happened so quickly. I mean, it was like dominoes falling down, how much everything changed. So if the timeline feels weird to you, it feels weird to me too, okay? I got a job in my old town where I would work every other day taking care of flowers in a local grocery store. That was a wonderful way to get my foot in the door in the floral industry. But when I moved to this town, I needed something closer. And so I called every florist in town asking if they could take on kind of an apprentice, because I was honest. I was like, I don't know a lot, but I'm really passionate and I really want to get into this. And one lovely floral shop in town was like, absolutely. They gave me a job like a week after we moved here, which was amazing. They were really understanding about my hours. Right now, I kind of work what I like to call a mini work week, where I work 2 to 3 days a week. And that works really well for me because I'm able to use the rest of that time to rest and to also work on my other passions like my art. And now that my job isn't draining so much energy from me, I am able to do this again. And this is why I'm here right now. But things are going to be looking a lot different. I don't know that I really identify as being a small business owner anymore. I think the business side of this is gonna go away more or less. I now more so identify as an artist that sometimes sells things. I do have 3 markets coming up and I'm still going to keep doing conventions. I love doing those things, but even my products for those are going to change. I'm going to keep some of my products around. I love my stickers and my sticker sheets. I love that kind of stuff, but I am feeling more and more called to traditional artwork. Up until this point, Autumn Serenity Illustration has completely been a digital artwork focused business. I only digitally illustrated. I only made products from digital illustrations, and if I ever did sketch or draw with my hands, it was completely just to quickly get an idea down for another digital piece. But a lot was changing before I left this space, and a lot has changed since I've been gone, and the rise of AI has just completely dashed my motivation to do digital artwork. I think digital artwork is so beautiful and so important, and it absolutely was my favorite thing. I had a dedicated style to it. I honed in exactly what I love to do, and I was so proud of my work. I was prouder in my work than I've been in a long time. But when I started feeling better and I worked out a good rhythm with my new job, I was kind of looking around and being like, but what do I make? Because I don't want to make what I was making before. First of all, I was normally designing products before, not ever just like drawing just for fun. There was always a product in my mind that I was designing for. Drawing without a product in mind felt weird to me. I was thinking, does anyone want to watch me draw? I mean, what would my vlogs be about? My vlogs have always been running a small business, never just like life as an artist. Like, it's been like life as an artist and small business owner. But I just decided, let's just go for it. I am going to go back to my roots and start working traditionally again, which is like in a sketchbook with paintbrushes, actual tactile pieces. In the time that I've been gone, I have been drawing on tote bags and ornaments and like other physical items for the markets that are coming up. And to be honest with you, I do not know exactly what's in store. I can tell you where I've been and I can tell you where I am, but I do not know exactly where I'm going. I have some ideas, and that is I would like to rediscover being a traditional artist and being an artist first rather than an artist and a business owner. I would like to redefine my standing online. I would like to redefine it as an artist sharing and having fun working alongside you guys and showing you what I'm working on. Now that I'm not financially depending on my art, I can have so much more fun with it. I can experiment, I can try new things. It doesn't always have to be, oh, I need this many new products for this drop that has to happen at this time and blah, blah, blah. I don't have to do any of that anymore. I don't have my shop open right now. I might open it again at some point. I don't really have plans to do that right now. Right now, I have plans to have some fun. I have missed posting and sharing and connecting, so I'm coming back. This time, I'm coming back and I don't have any products to make or sell, which feels weird. I don't know what's next. I do not know. It is possible that I'll make a piece of art that I think would be a beautiful print. Maybe I'll make it. It's possible I'll make something that I think would be an adorable sticker. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make a sketchbook series. Maybe I will do a learning the fundamentals again. I know I'm still going to do some studio vlogs. Maybe I'll take you along with making products for my markets, selling products at my markets. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I also have so many more options now. At first, when I thought, what if I just drop the business side altogether? I thought, well, then what would my content be about if not trying to run an art business? And I just decided, let's just make it about what it's like to be an artist that just wants to draw and doesn't want to sell you anything, just wants to hang out and draw and talk about art and talk about learning and basically just rediscovering why I fell in love with art in the first place. Between like the ages of 13 and 16, my absolute favorite YouTubers were the ones, so like they would have a top-down camera view. Always were using Copic markers without fail. They would have a top-down view of their artwork and they would be drawing and just talking about something. And they would like kind of chime in sometimes telling you about what they're doing on the page, but they also had some kind of topic they were discussing. And I loved working alongside those videos. And that is really when I really started getting into social media with art, is that I just thought they were so cool and so fun. And I know that stuff isn't as popular anymore. I mean, views wise, at least, it looks like the things that are the most popular right now are watching artists be successful business owners, but that's just not me anymore. I'm not saying I will never want to have an art business again, but right now, it doesn't make sense to have an art business in my life. Too difficult. It's too much pressure. I'm feeling too uninspired by the kinds of products I was making before. And right now, in this phase of my life, it's just more important for me to have fun with art and take the money component out of it completely and just have fun posting and just have fun creating. I know some of you are pretty upset that I won't be making products anymore because you did buy a lot of my products before, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I really will miss product design if I never do it again. So maybe I'll do something like, I don't know, a biannual shop drop or something where I put some stuff up and then take it back down. That way I'm not always running an art shop. Maybe I'll do limited releases. Maybe I'll do like a Patreon Happy Meal tier. I don't know, but that's kind of the beauty of it, is I am going to figure it out along the way, and I am hopefully going to figure it out with you. A lot of things are going to stay the same. a lot of things are going to change, but I think for the better. Yeah, I am just really excited. I am excited to be back. I already know what my first series on Instagram is going to be coming back. I'm going to start a sketchbook series over there with my reels. On Instagram during my break, I actually hit 10K. It was such like an arbitrary goal that I had before where it was like, I felt like it was important to be taken seriously to have that many followers. And I think that it is kind of hilarious that I actually hit that number while I stopped posting. Did kind of feel like people liked me more when I was quiet. I hope that I didn't worry you too much while I was gone. I am glad to report that I did actually find a job, and I found a job in a field that I am very interested in. The hardest part about being away is coming back because you start to feel a lot of pressure. I started to feel like I needed to come back with this like grand plan, and I needed to be like, here I am. Maybe fireworks go off in the back or something. But none of that needs to happen. I felt like when I came back, I needed to have everything figured out already. That way I could say, hey, here's what's happening next. This is happening, then this, and I'm gonna have this kind of series and follow for this, subscribe for that. And I thought I needed to have all of that figured out. And the truth is, I'm never gonna have it all figured out, and if I'm waiting for that kind of epiphany before I come back, then I just never will. And I miss you guys way too much for that. I am really excited to start this new journey, and I'm really excited to take you with me. So I hope that you continue to follow along, and I hope that you continue to support me and my journey, and I just appreciate all of you so much. And again, if you commented on more of my vulnerable posts, or if you asked how I was doing, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. You are so sweet, and I cannot wait to interact with you guys a lot more. I am back now. The plan is to post on here every 2 weeks like I was before. We'll see how that goes. I might post more, less. I know I'm going to be posting more shorts and reels again because I am really excited to get back into those. All right, I guess that's it for me. I forgot how I signed off these videos before. I think I said, if you want to hear more from me, like and subscribe? I don't know, but that'll work for now.